Welcome, you hear the storm? That's actually going to happen where I am today. Very, very, very excited for that. 2 links down below, as always, in the description box to credit WWE for their efforts. Hopefully they didn't botch it, but that's okay. That's what my backup notes are for. Kansas City, Missouri. Cole states that Gunther, for his actions last week on Pat McAfee and himself, has been suspended indefinitely and has been, fined an undisclosed amount. I mean, obviously, that's all, scripted, but still. Seth, Braun, and Paul Heyman all come out. Seth says that they are the future with Seth Rollins' vision. Sami Zayn came out, basically said, how are you any different than Roman Reigns or CM Punk? Not that CM Punk was bad, but like, how are you any different? Because now you've got Heyman. Now you've got Braun Breaker, your little pit bull, he called him, or little dog, whatever. This is basically reminding me a little bit of Evolution. It really, really is. And basically, Seth said, listen, you're either with us or you're against us, and then you're a target. Maybe you should move to SmackDown. And I said this later on in my notes, but I'm just going to say it now. I don't understand what the big deal is. It's not like every superstar ever always cross paths with one another. And I get it. It's a storyline. And I'm maybe just looking too much into it, but for me, it doesn't make any sense. Just because he thinks he's a little bit out of his mind doesn't mean that they have to be arch enemies, always attacking. They don't have to be involved in a storyline. But it is what it is. And Seth says, look, I don't want this happening for you. Rhea Ripley defeats Roxanne Perez via DQ because Julia got involved in attacking Rhea. Roxanne's definitely good. Like I said, I don't know much about people on NXT, and she's still fairly new to me. And I was impressed. Don't know much about Julia. The two of them attacked Rhea, so then Io Sky came out to help, so that was nice. Finn Balor not grateful backstage that Liv got him and JD a match for the #1 contenders tag team championship against the War Raiders, as we now know. And I had forgotten for a split second that the New Day are the champs right now. Logan Paul in ring wants Jey Uso's title. Jey Uso comes out and says, hey, took me 15 years. You think you're just going to come here and just take it all away in that short amount of time? Just some YouTuber? Hey. Now, then Logan Paul said that he's been around 4 years and he's done more in 4 years than what Jay's done in 15. Has Logan Paul been around for 4 years already? I'm going to have to go and Google that shit after. The War Raiders defeat Finn... Hold on here. Yeah, War Raiders defeat JD and Finn Balor. Oh, that's why he's there. I almost forgot. Because Penta got involved after Carlito got involved. I have to admit, I wish JD and Finn won, but now this is just going to make it that Finn's going to be more angry. Something's going to happen. I don't know what. But yeah, so that match didn't go so well. I do like the War Raiders. I don't know that I want them back in the title picture again. I mean, we have a few tag teams. I actually want to see Pretty Deadly someday, but yeah, we're starting to have a few decent matches. Then Heyman tells Sami backstage that if he goes to SmackDown, he'll get a title match against whoever wins between Cena and Orton, but we already know that Sami Zayn doesn't run, and he said, forget it, I'm not going to do that. So Becky Lynch came out, admits that she took out Bayley so that she would miss out at Mania, but then again, since 2019, Bayley has been attacking Becky, because you have to understand the roles were reversed. Bayley was heel, right? Becky Lynch was face. So it all made sense to her. Becky attacked Lyra essentially because she was cozying up to Bayley, and she really didn't like that. To her, it was disrespectful. It was like the whole thing with Kevin Owens. How could anybody side with Roman Reigns? How could Cody do that? Side with Roman Reigns after all the terrible things he had done to Kevin Owens. She has a point here. She does have a point. So then Lyra came out, said she wants to fight. And at Backlash, Lyra and Becky will face each other for the Intercontinental Championship. And I have to admit, you know what? Like I said, she is really good. Whoever wins, I'm actually not bothered by. I actually kind of hope that Lyra, believe it or not, retains. So there you go. NXT champ Stephanie Vakir defeats Ivy Niles. Wonder if she'll drop the title to stay on the main roster, because usually that's what happens if you're still champ. You come on the main roster, you kind of get noticed a bit, because I think she's been called up, but I could be wrong. But it is now the second time. She might have been around before that she's here. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. These two are good. This was a solid match for me. Impressed. Pat McAfee drops a nice pipe bomb that you can actually listen to in its entirety. Talked about his life and recapping about Gunther and the actions that he took last week. Nick Aldis comes out and says Pat and Gunther at Backlash. It's kind of funny because I was getting the idea that Pat McAfee was kind of making fun of Nick Aldis a little bit, and I don't know why, that there's no beef between them. I almost even got confused at first. I don't know what Pat McAfee, or where Adam Pearce is. But yeah, Nick Aldis stepped in. Whatever. So Gunther and Pat McAfee at Backlash. Is that a bit of a throwaway match? Were we supposed to get something else and somebody got injured and now we're taking people from the commentary booth to throw into the ring? Now, granted, Pat McAfee is more capable than most people on commentary. But then again, Corey Graves used to be a superstar till he got injured. Jerry the King Lawler was actually really good, and he was still pretty damn good when he was on commentary. He could have still wrestled, and I think he still did here and there. Anyhow, I mean, I want to see it. I just don't know where they're going with this. Why are they pulling him into I just don't know. But honestly, I'm excited to see what comes out of this. Really. Let me know down below if you think this is completely stupid or I'm being open-minded right now. Seth says he doesn't want bad things to happen to Sammy. 20-year friendship. Seth tells Sammy he put him in a weird place. Not really. He doesn't have to put him anywhere. Just leave the guy alone. Like I said earlier, right? If you stay on Raw and you don't believe in me, bad things will happen, Seth told Sammy. I don't see why they have to be that way. Why do they have to fight cross paths, like I said? Long history. Anyways, Sammy, in the end, tells Seth to go to hell. So then there's a match, and Braun Breaker takes out Sammy via being able to stand after not being able to stand after 4 spears. So it just kind of got thrown out. I think Braun Breaker won. I think that's what happened. Did he even win? Oh, it was just stopped by the official. Whatever. I guess it doesn't even really matter. But that was definitely a heel move because Seth stomped Sammy after he was already down. And what's interesting, and I know I put too much into this, but nobody came out for him to help him. Nobody tried. I mean, even Dracula there didn't try nothing. And you know what's really interesting when you look at this picture? Well, that's Jamie Noble. That's Seth Rollins. Just a few years back. Remember J&J's private security? Back in the day? Yeah, these two have a huge history. Anyhow, that's it. Thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm in trying to make me more relevant in search results when people are looking shit up. Thumbs down if you didn't like it. We'll have you sitting on your thumb when we break it off in your ass. So you're sitting. It's in there. And then he comes and he stomps you right on top of the chrome dome. Okay? It's basic physics. Don't picture it. If you want to subscribe, I don't recommend it. Go ahead. That would be great. But if not, you know what? Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.